毎度味です。今回もレッドシーズプロファイルやってきます。前回は第3の犠牲者としてギャラリーオーナーダイアンがオブジェの下敷きになり死亡してしまいました。容疑者としてニックが浮上しておりますが、なんかしっくりこない感じ。そんな中、ケイスンの愛犬であるウィリーが奥に何かがあるように私を呼んでいます。結婚も続いておりますんでね。では進んでいきましょう。だけど彼らにちょっと話聞いていこうかな。ニックは聞いたからね。救急車せっかく呼んだのに。これ以上必要にならないようにジョージと一緒にニックを見ていてくれ。それとダイアンの遺体もな。嘆いちゃってます。嘆き続きですね、トーマス。で、エミリー大丈夫？ちょっとトラウマを負ってそうだけど。よく、私まだ彼女の手の感触が。エミリー大丈夫だ、心配しなくていい。私はウィリーを追ってみる。君はしばらく休んでいるんだ。よく。とりあえず落ち着いて。で、ジョージがジョージのとこ行かせてくんない？はい、おーっとここで音楽流れた。もうジョージ置いとこう。さあ、引きずられた後、ここはウィリー、あれ？向こうに続いてるんだが、向こう見てる。どうなんだろう。これウィリー追っていけばいいのかな。なんでそもそも一人でいるんだい？一人というのか一匹というのか。回るんかい。壁？違う？あれ？なんか節々で匂い確認してるんかな。楽といえば楽だけどな。ウィリーの後を追っていけばいいんであれば。違う。絵ではないんだな、多分。結婚全然関係なかった？ここ？違う。まただ。あれ？ちょっと待って。すんげえ回り道してきてない？声裏返ったよ。ウィリー？だってここ。いやこれ始めんとこだもん。何なんだ君は。そっちかない。そっちかない。あれ？また戻ってきた。じゃあこれほいドアだもんな。はい、さらに血はこちらオフィスルーム。ここは前に覗いた時にダイアンが何かをやっぱりそうだよね。ちょっと待ってウィリー、見たいわ。なんかあるかもしれん。特になかった。なんかところどころで血だまりが大きくなってますね。犯人が引きずるたびに一休みしていたのかな。はい。で あそこなんか赤いのが今見えたような後ろに空間がありますね。でも結婚こっちなんだけど。ちょっと待って。あ、開けれる。どうやら鍵はかかっていないようだな。何か、あれ私の服がここに置いてある。今朝沿ってきたんでね。これは安定剤。いっぱいですわ。ツールボックスに送ろう。オッケーか。血はここで始まっている。ここが殺害現場なんですね。それに対して何も言わない。となると、いかにも怪しい、それ。ほら、やっぱり赤いの上がってる。ウィリーは何も言わないや。はい。なんか引きずった跡がありますね。向こうからってことか。こっちに跡があるってことは。ですね。よく見ると床に溝のような跡が見える。動かせるのかもしれないな、ザク。よし、結構まで落ちたぞ。で、鉢植えだ。
Willie, are you out there?
Kason, what are you doing in there?
York, is that you? Thank God. I can't get this door open. Can you unlock it from your side?
Kason, stand away from the door.
なんでキスマークがあるんだ。
Where's Diane? And what are you doing here?
I was going to ask you the same thing.
Well, let's just say I have my reasons, you know, private reasons. I don't really have to tell you, do I?
Actually, you do. Diane just died a moment ago.
What?
You're not just a key witness now. You're now a suspect. And you need to tell me exactly what you were doing here.
Well, I just came here to talk with Diane, to have a conversation.
And I suppose that kiss mark on your cheek is from your conversation.
This was just a spur-of-the-moment thing.
Which is exactly what killed Diane.
Okay. I came here to be with Diane. You happy now? We've been together before, a couple times. It's one of the reasons why I like coming to this town, see? This time is no different. I bumped into her in a bar in Seattle. I had some holiday coming up. Well, so I just took it and I drove her back here. I have a wife, you know, but we've been separated for a while. We're going through a divorce right now, and I don't want her lawyer finding out. Anyway, how could I kill Diane if I was in a room locked from the outside? 2 hours ago, me and Diane... Easy, drinking upstairs. We were, you know, enjoying ourselves. Then Nick had to show up. Well, then Diane had a sudden change of heart. She locked me up in here. I've just been here, waiting for her to come back, of course, but she didn't. I heard footsteps a couple of times, but they just passed by. Well, then I couldn't wait anymore, so I let Willie here out through the window. Then you showed up instead of Diane.
Zach, Diane has become the third victim of our killer. And nada from questioning Nick. Nothing. Got no new leads from questioning Nick. He's taken the death of Diane really badly. In shock, the works. He claims to have liked talking with her about art, but he also had a problem with her views about men. He says that they argued, but not at a level that would lead to a murder. They were about to head out to the bar again together, but while he was waiting for Diane, someone knocked him out cold. He has no idea who it was either. Of course, Kaysen looks like a prime suspect, but that door was locked from the outside. There was no other way in or out of that room, which means there is no evidence of his involvement at this time. He did say something else. The footsteps he heard outside the room were not heels, but a man's boots. And Nick was wearing boots. But now that Diane's dead, no one can back up Nick's statement, which is why we have Nick in custody and have to let Kaysen go free. That seemed like the only option, at least for now. One more thing, Zach. George looked terribly depressed. This case is really getting to him. He's feeling responsible for the deaths of Becky and Diane. Take his rules and confidence away from him, I wonder what's left. Well, of course, he'd still have muscle.
はい、ここはなんか選ぶテスト的なものはなかったですね。足音ブーツって言ってたっけ？足音とだけは言ってたけどな。まあいい、とりあえずクリアだ。また悲劇的な結末となってしまいましたね。ニックは交流、そしてケイスンは釈放というか放免。
Zach, let's get back to the hotel. First Anna, then Becky, now Diane. I'm not looking forward to writing this investigation report.
Agent Morgan. York.
どうした？
Do you have a moment?
What is it, George?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Do you have any time later?
Can't we just do it here?
If possible, I'd like to go to a bar. Of course, we don't really have to.
A bar? Now that sounds like a good idea. Zach, what do you think? We can go drinking with George, or turn him down and head back to the hotel.
ぜひお願いしよう。
George, that scar on your cheek.
13過去。
Where did you get it?
This? Didn't I tell you? Well, it's not from work. I got it when I was a kid.
A childhood injury. Tree climbing? I used to get a few scrapes myself climbing the big tree in our backyard. I used to climb it a lot. And fall out of it a lot.
This wasn't anything like that, though. It was my mother. She did it.
I'm sorry, George.
Don't worry. It's ancient history. The world is flooded with unreasonable violence. The strong overpower the weak, adults over children, men over women, and criminals over their victims. I have no memories of my father. He left before I knew him. My mother would hit me every time I asked why. And it didn't stop there. If I ate too slow, left my shoes scattered around, TV volume too loud, she found reasons to hit me bad. The worst was what she called the tree punishment. She'd whip my back with these thin tree branches like a whip.
Please, Mama, I won't do it again. That hurts, Mama. I'm sorry, please. I'm sorry.
Tree punishment was definitely the worst, I tell you. Just hearing those words used to make me shiver and want to pass out. And that's why I didn't want to show you those scars on my back. Every time after the tree punishment, she'd always say the same thing. This is hurting the tree more than it is hurting you. And me, being a naive, dumb kid, I believed her. I went to the woods to apologize to the trees. I kept asking myself, why is she hurting me this way? I thought long and hard about it. In the end, I've just figured I'm weaker than her. That's why. It's the law of Mother Nature at work. The strong eat the weak.
But now, you have the power to protect the weak.
That's right. Perhaps I should thank my mother for guiding me into this line of work. York. I've been an arrogant fool, haven't I? And if it weren't for me, both Becky and Diane would still be alive. I could have saved them both. You know, it's almost like they died because of me.
You're out of your mind.
I invited you to this bar for a drink. But I guess this bar is my confession chamber, and I wanted you to listen. And to tell you, well, you must already hate me for causing all these problems and not following your orders. York, I'm sorry. I'll follow your orders from now on. You'll have my total cooperation.
George, you've been as cooperative as you can be. You even invited an FBI guy to a bar for drinks. You've done a good job protecting this town. And the folks here respect you for that. Nobody can blame you for anything.
Thanks. I do feel a little better.
わあ、ジョージ。そういう過去、そしてそういう胸の内だったんですね。誰も責めたりはしないと言った。というか、ヨークもすごい親身になって聞いてるっていう感じがとても良かったです。で、誰も責めたりしないと言ってたけど、僕ちょっと責めちゃったんだよね。ごめんね。じゃあ、ジョージは話しかけることができない。そこにキャロルがいますね。なんかドレスを身にまとい、弾いてるが音は鳴ってないんだな。歌えたりしないのかな。よし、そこ、とりあえずちょっとセーブを取ろう。はい、ではもう話しかけてくれと言わんばかりな感じがするんだけど、キャロル、観察。若くしてバーのオーナー兼歌姫か。大したものだな。兄のトーマスとは対照的な性格のようだが、そうか、そもそも歌姫だったか。
Hey, Carol. Becky is dead. Diane, too. We've got Nick in custody as a suspect.
Nick didn't do it.
I know. Carol, you took a locket from Diane, didn't you? A locket with this mark on it.
I'm busy, gotta go.
I dream of you like a girl in the something funny about the sound we hid behind the trolleys. They should see us. I am still a haze from the night, muddy space. I dream of fear like prisoner. You are conscious of my innocence. Everyone's just pretend now to know life is but a dream.
はい、いい歌を聴かせていただきました。さて、ああ、また戻ってるわ。よし、話そう。兄さんなら保安官事務所でしょ。犯人でもないニックを見張らされてかわいそうな兄さん。じゃあもうここは出ていけばいいのかな。目的としてはってなってくると、トーマスのただの常連客のようだな。事件には関係なさそうだ。ザック。他はないね。なんかマークが意味めいたものかと思いきや、それはなかったな。いや、ないかはわからない。さらに奥入っていけるんかな。ここら辺ちょっといろいろあるんだが。控え室の扉だ。中から人の気配はしないな。開いちゃった。失礼します。はい、わ、すごい。キャロルのこれがポスター。なんかかっこいいっすね。で、安定剤。結構な頻度で置いてあんな。まあでも、歌姫ともなってくると、プレッシャーがそうさせている部分があるかもしれない。で、他は、ここも私のスーツケース。どこにでもあるんだが。開けてみるか？開けてみよう。ガチャン。むむ。何やったん？うわ、なんもないな。じゃあ行こうか。奥のカウンターの後ろもちょっと気になりますけどね。さっきこの向こうはストレージだ。飲みたいなら堂々とカウンターで頼もう。ここは入らない方が良さそうだな。他にも結構ありますね。何なさいます？ここは入らない方が良さそうだ。よし。じゃあ行きまっか。何かをやり残した気がしないか、イサク。ここでやるべきこと？ジョージかな？観察だけなら違うはずだ。ジョージ話す。いける。微妙。あれ？
Sorry to keep you waiting, boys.
Sack. Emily is already a goddess of the forest.
Let's forget work for a bit and drink a little, shall we?
York? Why is she here?
I just thought the more the merrier. You know, to relax and get loose. Is this a problem?
No, of course not. Pardon me, Emily, but I'm pooped. I think I'll just call it a night.
George, I just got here and you're walking out on me? I was hoping the three of us could have a drink and let out a little steam.
I'm afraid I've already had enough. And I already had a good man-to-man with York. So I'll see you guys.
I think George likes you, but he's avoiding you all at the same time.
How astute.
There's a reason?
Nothing worth going into. It's a thing of the past. Okay. He did ask me out when I first came to town. I was still in high school. But I never really considered him my type. And there's the age gap thing, too. I respect him, of course, or I wouldn't have taken this job otherwise.
So, did you move to this town alone?
Of course not. I came with my parents.
Tell me about them then.
Sure, why not? My dad dealt in stocks in New York. He was hardly at home when I was a kid, always working. Those pieces of paper were far more important to him than I was. Which is no different now, really. I don't see much of him. My mother? Totally different story. A wonderful person that I still respect. She was always kind and understanding. Not only that, but she would always help me find my way. She could be fierce, too, scolding me if I took a wrong step. We had our battles, sure, but all in all, she was a wonderful mother.
Past tense?
Yeah, she's gone now. Cancer, just before I graduated high school. She gave this to me just before she died. I take it with me wherever I go. It's what I treasure most.
I'm sure she's very proud of you.
はい、ジョージ、エミリー2人のなんか母に対する思いというのが聞けましたね。真逆とも
I
言
had
え
a
なく
good
もない
time
けど。
tonight. Good night.
See you tomorrow.
York.
Yes.
Please, don't lie to us, okay?
I won't. Don't worry. I won't.
Oh, はい、よし、時間は結構経ってしまった。ブイーンっていう音がすごい聞こえてたけど、とりあえずセーブを取って目的地、あれはホテルじゃないかなと思うんですけどね、そちらへ向かってみましょう。よし、あ、メダルだ。では、マップ確認。あ、いいっすね。まあまあでも近いっていうか、まあ街にいるからな。よし、ここを右折し、あ、じゃあ左折して。ゲームになるともう左と右なんでこんなに間違えるのかしらっていう。さて、ポリーの探し物というものもあり、それも全然やっておりません。やれておりません。あと、ジョージの家に早めに行った方がいいですよと教えていただいたんだけど、そこもなんか行くチャン行くチャンスを逃してしまってるんだよな。さあ、まずはホテルだ。ホテルに行けばポリーの探し物がきっとできるはず。 けるはず。やってる最中のはず。お、
There was another really bad one around this time of year. 3 years ago. Remember, Zach? Yes, that's right. That one. Multiple homicide, same MO, across Utah, Colorado, and Missouri. The victims were all average married housewives. But after being run over so many times by a car, they didn't look human. 5 victims in 2 months in the 3 states. The way he killed them was always the same. But aside from that, there was nothing that linked the victims together. Well, they were all married. But age, race, nothing else matched up. Tire marks and fragments of paint ID'd the car that was used. That's where things got really tricky. The perpetrator used a 1993 model Cadillac Alante as a weapon. It was registered in the name of one Senator... No, I don't feel like talking about this anymore. That senator's basement. I wish I could forget what I saw there.
ああ、また続きは次回か、それとも喋らない気かっていうところになってしまってますね。で、このオブジェって私見たことあるかな。
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? Well, I'll join you if you like, but I do need to get that report written. Once you're finished, let's head back to the hotel.
大丈夫大丈夫、目の前だし。巨大な大木が飾られている。樹齢は一体どれぐらいなんだろうか。見たところ数百年といったところか。でも車に乗らないとこれダメ？それとも大丈夫かな。で、なんだっけ、ジョージが鞭打たれていたあれも木だったし、エミリーが見せたペンダント、あれも葉っぱ、ちょっと木を思わせる木につながりがあるような。で、今もその大木って言ってますんでね、なんか最初からやたら木にちょっとつながる部分が多いんだよな。さあ、ただいま。ポリー、体力回復系扱ってないかな。あれ？あ、そうだ。久しぶりに来たタイプライター。
Zach, let's go over our progress. From what Olivia told us, and the sketchbook we found at Becky's house, Nick and Diane became our primary suspects. There were a couple of reasons for this. First, Becky gave the missing locket to Diane. Also, Nick has no alibi for when Anna and Becky were killed. We followed Nick to the art gallery, which led us, unfortunately, to our third victim. The third victim, Diane, was strung up in the entrance hall of the art gallery. Her hands were tied and a knife was sticking out of her chest. However, there was a marked difference from the previous crimes. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
明らかな違い。死体が複数あった。凶器がなかった。犯行の直後だった。直後だった。
That's right. Diane was still alive. This suggests that very little time had passed since the crime was committed. Which means the criminal was still close to
ベッキーも同じこと言えそうな気がするんだけど
so
な。
near the scene. There are 2 possible candidates. Nick, who was knocked out in the entrance. Zach, who was the other person in the gallery?
絶対的に怪しいんだよな、ケイスン。ケイスン。
That's right. Casey. We followed Willie, good dog, all the way to him. Casey's statement came out as follows. He and Diane were in a physical relationship. That was why he visited the gallery. The two were in the middle of such a meeting when Nick showed up. Diane lost her cool and shut Casey up in the basement. Now, what protected casing here when he was locked up.
はい、足音、ブーツの音。
That's it. The sound of boots passing by. Nick was wearing boots that day, which means it was likely that Diane met with Nick in her room. Nick said he argued verbally with Diane about her playing around with men, but they eventually decided to go out drinking to make up. However, immediately after that, Nick was attacked by someone in the entrance hall and knocked unconscious. We saw the rest.
Zach, do you think that Nick is our serial killer?
えそう思う。そう思わない。わからない。いや、ニック、この顔な。そう思わない。
Me too. Asha sent in a report too. He found a large volume of red seeds in Diane's stomach. This confirms her as a victim of the raincoat killer. Remaining leads. There is the locket, which is in Carol's possession, the man with the tattooed back, and the upside-down peace sign. There's a lot left to answer. I hope the coffee will give us more guidance tomorrow.
Zach, what did you think about George pouring his heart out? I was surprised. It's the end of a monarchy. And he called me York instead of Agent Morgan.
Emily? What's going on? Do you know what time it is?
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep, so I was drinking alone.
My mother was a very kind woman. She always smiled so brightly, baked cakes and cookies every day. She'd say that I needed the sugar because I spent so much time thinking. My father was always quiet. We never talked much. He was a federal agent, just like me. And he was hardly ever at home. The only words he ever had for me were harsh ones. I had a vivid imagination, and I remember he once said this to me. There are plenty of crazy things in this world. You don't have to go dreaming them up. And it's my job to make sense out of them. One day you'll understand what I'm saying. I found out later that my father was one of the first to ever use criminal profiling to catch bad guys. And so now I'm doing exactly the same job that he did. Like father, like son.
Can I ask you something?
Shoot.
Mind if it's something personal?
Fire away.
Who's Zach?
Zach is a friend of mine.
Oh, so you do have friends.
Yeah. He's my only friend.
What kind of person is he then?
Well, I've never seen his face. But he's always with me, and we discuss everything.
When did you become friends?
A long time ago. Back when I was a child. I was 7. I woke up one morning to hear my mother crying in the living room. This wasn't normal, so I headed in to see her. My father was there pointing a gun at my mother. I was so scared. I closed my eyes. so I don't remember much more. But I do remember the words my father said to me. At times we must purge things from this world because they should not exist, even if it means losing someone that you love. When I came back to my senses, they were both dead. He shot my mother and then killed himself.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Don't worry about it. Zach's with me. It was around that time that we became friends.
I'm here. I'm with you, he said. I'll be here always. We can get through this together. Quite aside from that terrible scene in front of me, that voice seemed to make me calmer. And here we are, working together, getting through things.
This is the first time I've ever told anyone about this. I wonder if Zach will get angry.
That's a sad story. But I don't want you to take this the wrong way, but I'm sure there was a reason for what your father did.
I know. I think maybe I became an agent to find out why he did what he did.
Oh yeah, York, I forgot to thank you.
Thank me? For what?
You saved my life. If you didn't save me at the gallery, I would have died along with Diane.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
What did you just say? Useless? I was never expecting to hear you say that. Huh. There might be a modest guy in you after all.
Finally, you noticed? You're a little slow, aren't you?
Maybe hopeless, but not useless.
Zach, do you think Emily got home safely?
Anyway, I think it's more serious of a situation than I thought. Do you remember? Our conversation with Emily. She's really interested in you. I think she's starting to have certain feelings for you.
If that's the case, Zach, you and I are rivals. This is a very serious situation indeed.
Well, if it comes to that, let it be a fair fight. Agreed?
Mo. いや、本当に深い。
Thomas! Let me out of here! Come on, please! Just for a moment. 1 second. Hate it in here, Thomas. I think I'm going mad. I know you're there! Come on, please! Thomas! 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 Thomas!
はい、吠えるようにトーマスを呼びに行く。なんでトーマスの姿がないんだ？今ちょっと頭撫でてたのは名前思い出せないけどあの人ですよね。 いやこのゲームなんかやればやるほどヨークのことを好きになるっていうかだし、しかも最後のエミリーに対しての思いを秘めてるっていうのをチラ見させた部分もちょっともう全然憎めないいいことじゃないかな。じゃあ OK。 うわ先が気になりすぎるぞ。前回までの捜査ザックして。
Previously during the investigation.
So, you want to find out everything there is to know about Diane?
Agent York, Nick is leaving the bar.
Wait! She's still alive.
Stop right there, Nick. You're under arrest for the attempted murder of Diane Ames. Emily, hurry!
You saved my life.
No need to thank me for that. I'm pretty useless. I couldn't save Becky. I couldn't save Diane.
おっとっと、ここへと出てきたか。エピソード3、14、ティーブレイク。まずはコーヒーから始めよう。あれいつものような感じでは色合いが違うなと思いはしたんだけど、他に誰もいないですね。しかしちょっとさっき触れなかった。あれいけない。触れなかったんだけど、よく幼い頃に両親をそういう形で亡くしているっていう。どうやら鍵はかかっていないようだな。大丈夫かな。なんか向こう真っ白なんだけど、また落ちたりしないかな。あれちょっと待って、何らかヒントがあるパターンか。なんだろう。波紋は関係ないですね。ちょっと直線で行ってみよう。観察で何か違うことを言うのか。ガチャン。なんかの跡があるわけでもないしな。ガチャン。今まで何かあったかしら。ガチャっていう音がしたら失敗とかかな。それとも逆に正解かな。ガチャン。違い？まさかここ銃抜けたりはしないよね。星が流れてたりするか。なんだろう。ちょっともう一回観察挟んでみよう。どうやら鍵はかかっていないようだな。どちら様？ドアは1個だけだ。この人物は一体誰なんだ？
Open this door. There is no turning back. You still want to enter?
その通りだ。
I do. It's better than staying here.
Very well then.
Look carefully, boy. At times, we must purge things from this world because they should not exist.
even if it means losing someone that you love.
Ah, 悪夢だ。これまでにもヨークは同じ夢を何度も見ているかもしれませんね。
Mr. Morgan, do you want a refill?
Yes, thank you.
なんで
Is the coffee that good, Mr. Morgan?
Coffee is a vital, investigative tool. I know exactly what to do now. It says to hurry, and the first letter of each line is H-A-R-R. Let's go pay the problematic rich boy who owns half of the town a visit. Polly, I think I'm going to go see Harry today.
Oh, really? He's a little strange, but I think he's the most trustworthy one around here. I think you'll have fun with him.
If you say so, Polly, then we probably will.
Of course. Now, give me your cup, and I'll give you some more coffee.
I'll see you later, Polly.
Mr. Morgan, what about the coffee? Don't you want a refill? Your coffee!
はい、今回は違う形でコーヒー占いとなりましたね。よし、お腹もいっぱいだ。やっと、あれウィリーが言ってますね。で、そうなると、セーブポイントはあちらだから。ちょっと次回は、サイドクエストをやってから、出発したいと思います。現在、目的地、セールに見せられたわけだけど、そちらへと向かうこととなっているが、今自身は上がっていない状態ですね。では、セーブを取って、今回はここまでにしてみたいと思います。ご視聴ありがとうございました。